Redfin sucks. Now, before you get all upset at me for saying that, those aren't my words. Those are my past client's words. You see, my past client, Matt, that's not his real name, but we'll just call him Matt. My past client, Matt, had a terrible experience with Redfin before he ended up using me and as his realtor to buy a house, because that's what I do. I sell real estate. I help people buy and sell houses. Because of his terrible experience, my past client Matt has since sworn off ever using Redfin. So in this video, I'm gonna detail exactly what my client Matt experienced. And then finally, I'm actually gonna put my own 2 cents in and let you know I don't necessarily agree with Matt. But first, it's lunchtime and it's time for me to eat. I'm not eating any of this. I'm going straight to the salad bar. Because health. So let's start at the beginning. How Matt and I actually first got acclimated with one another. He had made an inquiry on a property on Zillow, which is, as you know, a home site that a lot of people use to look for homes. What most people don't know is that a lot of agents actually pay for advertising on Zillow. And as a result, I was, or my team leader was, Lynn, was one of the agents who had paid to play in that zip code. So he had inquiries about that property, and over the course of the next few days, we chatted a few times on the phone, and I basically deduced that Ben was not working with an agent, at least not tied down to an agent. So I said, let's get together because we have a lot of off-market opportunities that may fit your needs. And he's like, off-market, what does that mean? And I said, well, you do realize that 25% of all real estate transactions occur off-market. And he said, no, I didn't. And I said, yes, they do. And being that I'm a part of the largest brokerage in Silicon Valley, we have access to a ton of off-market opportunities, and especially in a competitive environment in the price range that he was looking in, he absolutely would have the opportunity to access some properties that he may not have otherwise had access to. There she is. I'm thinking about getting some grills here. What do you guys think? Black grills, keep it the same, or maybe the black grills with the M logo here? You know what I'm talking about? Some of you know what I'm talking about. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonder? Okay, I'm done. And mind you, this was actually my second client ever. So when I sat down with him, I actually went and met him at his office at Google. Which is, I mean, it's like typical Bay Area, right? Typical Silicon Valley, meeting my client at Google. So we went and we sat down, and the first thing he says to me is, I've been working with Redfin for a year, and I've gotten nowhere with them. And I said, well, interesting. Tell me more. And he said, well, you know, I've been making offer after offer, and I haven't gotten anything. I was like, how many offers have you made? He's like, at least 20. Well, that's no good. You know, that's basically what I told her. I said, that's no good. So at that point, it was very obvious to me what his problem was. He was not being educated by his Redfin agents as to what it was going to take in order to really win. Monster time. So just for those of you that don't understand the Redfin model or don't really know what the Redfin model is, they are in essence an online brokerage that uses the platforms that they've created online to bring in real estate leads. And one way that they entice people to sign up or use their services is to offer their clients a discount. In essence, on the buy side, if they're representing a buyer, they will rebate a portion of their commission back to the buyer. On the flip side, if you're a seller, they will list your house at a discounted listing rate. Haircut time. What do you guys think? Clean, right? Let me get away from this truck. It's like growling at me. Look, let me get one thing very straight. Just because I'm cutting my hair like those agents cut their commissions, I'm not trying to bash them, right? I'm not trying to bash anybody that uses discount as their model. I am simply saying that that is their business model. Now, the icing on the cake is the fact that a lot of times on the platform, you can't even really choose your agent. You see, when you're going to look at a property there and you're like, oh, I want to see this house, you can schedule a time to see the house and Redfin automatically selects the agent that's going to show it to you. So it's like musical realtors in a sense, you know, you just kind of like never know what you're going to get. Like you could get an amazing realtor or you could get a really bad one, right? And so if they show you the house, in any state, as far as I'm concerned, and at least in the state of California, you're a procuring cause, right? So per the contract, you must be the one to write the offer. If another agent ends up writing the offer and you originally showed the house, there is a lot of like legal stuff that could happen there, and it's like no bueno. So bottom line is that if you're being shown a house by that agent, you're pretty much committing to writing an offer on that house with that agent. Do you see the problem with that? You can't pick the agent. You don't know who you're gonna get. So because he was playing musical realtors, he was basically getting a different realtor every single time. And the problem with that is you're not really getting a cohesive message and you're not really building that team atmosphere or that trust with your agent. And I'm gonna tell you right now that that goes a long way in helping your offer get accepted. I have seen so many buyers lose time and time again because they play musical realtors, either with Redfin agents or other agents. They just decide that they don't want to commit. The only issue with that is that you're not going to really build that trust in that team atmosphere, and that goes such a long ways in making the process smooth, easy, and as quick as possible. Like, it just, I don't know what else to say. It's like, just commit already. Just commit. Also, while we're on this subject, I really want to stress the importance of committal and trust. They go hand in hand. Here's the thing. If you play musical realtors, what is the likelihood of you taking that realtor's word? Let's try 0. Think about it, right? If that realtor knows that the only shot they have with you is to sell you that house, what's the chances of you trusting the things that they say to you? Like, it just like makes no sense to me. Like, I don't even get it, right? So it's like the realtor, obviously, like, the power in negotiation is the ability to walk away. But if that realtor does not have that ability to walk away, like, what do you think they're gonna do, right? So it's just a lose-lose for everybody. There's no commitment, there's no trust, there's no truth in the relationship, period. So it makes perfect sense why he wrote 20 offers and didn't get it accepted. Just, do you guys follow me? Maybe I'm just crazy. So to cut a long story very, very short, after meeting with him, I said, look, you know, I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna help you. Let's get the game plan, let's get this game plan rolling. I know exactly what to do. I didn't know what to do. It was my second deal ever. And even with my second deal, wow, doors are closed, fail. Yeah, so I mean, it was my second deal. I literally, like, I knew nothing, but I knew enough to guide him properly. Number one, I knew my because I educated myself on what I needed to know in order to help him get his offer accepted. Number two, I knew that the best way to get him in a contract was actually to show him something before the open houses so that we could make an offer before anybody else had a chance at getting that house. So I did exactly that. I went in, a home fell out of contract on a Tuesday. We showed it that night. The next morning we wrote the offer up, and by that afternoon we were in contract, and the open houses were scheduled for the following weekend. Nobody got that shot. So, listen, he did not get that aggression. He did not get that level of aggression, intensity, knowledge, enthusiasm, period, from any of the other agents. And I'm not saying that there aren't any Redfin agents out there that would do that. But what I am saying is that because he played musical realtors instead of just sticking to one realtor, he really put himself at a disadvantage. But I did say that I don't necessarily agree with my client. And, you know, he said Redfin sucks. And he was like, Danny, I love you so much. Like, I can't believe I ever used Redfin, yada, yada, yada. I get it. I think Redfin's actually a really great tool. And I'll tell you why. Zillow and Trulia, you know, I know that a lot of people use Zillow and Trulia, and that's great. The problem is this. They are not brokerages, okay? Brokerages have access to MLS data. So if you're looking for the best source of information that isn't coming from another real estate agency, it's actually going to be Redfin, because they have the same data, essentially, that other real estate agents have, because they are real estate agents, so they get that data. Zillow and Trulia, they don't get that data. Realtor.com, I think, does get some of that data from some places, but not others, so it's like, it's very unclear. But there, I'm just talking about the data. In terms of the agents, well, let's just say I have no comment. Let my client speak for himself, and I'm just gonna let him do all the talking for me. But I will say one thing. If you're a lawyer and you went to Harvard Law, are you really gonna go work for Better Call Saul? Or are you gonna go start your own law firm or go work for like the top law firm ever? Like, of course, if you are good at what you do, if you are skilled and you're actually able to bring value to the situation, you're not gonna do it for less, period. So it only makes sense that the people that do it for less are the ones that have no skills. Does that make sense? But don't listen to me, don't listen to me. It's all fake news, it's all fake news. It's fake, it's very fake. Trust me. And for those of you that are still thinking that real estate agents bring very little value to the transaction, you're wrong, okay? You're just wrong. And I think that the reason a lot of people have bad images of real estate agents is because there are a lot of agents out there. And let's face it, like anything else, the majority of any industry is going to be not that great, right? I mean, there are bad lawyers out there. There are a lot of bad doctors out there. There are a lot of bad real estate agents out there, but just because you had a bad experience with a real estate agent doesn't make all real estate agents bad. And it doesn't mean that the value of a real estate agent isn't what it's, isn't what it is. There are just some people that, for whatever reason, they got the real estate license and they have no business getting it. But that's fine. Let them be.
Hey, I need you to pick up the phone, Bellman, and start dialing.
We are dialing for dollars right now. Gould team in the house. Bellman, what's going on, man?
If you were working a salary job, would you be working right now at this hour?
No.
Hell no, dude. Hell no.
Redfin pays salaries. Just letting you guys know. So to wrap things up, everybody, I'm just wrapping up the night here with Bellman. And bottom line is this. Redfin
Sucks.
Bellman said that. Look, that is what my past client said. I can see where he's coming from, and I can absolutely see how it affected him. I mean, think about it. 1 whole year, missing out on properties for 1 whole year, literally, he lost $30,000 to $40,000 in equity in that one single year. So when you lose out on a home, you're not just losing out on the house, you're losing out on the potential to capture the equity from the next, potential sale in the community. So in an appreciating market, obviously, we're talking about appreciating markets, but 1 year of missing out on offers, I mean, that cost him a lot of money. It cost him a lot of time, stress, and I'm just glad that I was able to deliver. At the end of the day, the Redfin model, whatever you want to call it, like, I'm not here to bag on anybody. I'm not here to make final judgments, but all I will say is that playing musical realtors in any situation, whether it be with Redfin or just in any situation, it doesn't need to be Redfin. It's not a good strategy, and I think at the crux of everything that was just said, that is the core message, right? Because I don't think my client was saying Redfin sucks. I think he just says the whole concept of not committing and trusting an agent from the get-go can really put you at a disadvantage later on down the line, because a good agent will have the system tools and the skills to ultimately get you to where you want to be. So anyways, guys, this is Danny Gould and
Bellman Yoldich. Yeah, boy.
With the Gould team, selling Silicon Valley, future #1 real estate team in America. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.